that is Sarvastivadin. They have been named after their unique doctrine that the Dhamma existed throughout the past, present and the future. The debates of the Kathāvatthuppakaraṇa show that Theravadins and Sabatthivadins shared a similar set of Buddha Vachana, but differed in their interpretation of those texts, that is their laws. The final division of the Theravadin, their differing interpretative positions eventually led to the bifurcation of the Abhidhamma tradition into these two great schools. The final divisions of the Theravadins and Sabatthivadins took place at the third Buddhist council, that is Tatiya Bauddha Sangiti. A complete Tipitak of the Theravadins was compiled during this council. Now, it is time to deal with the methodology of the Kathāvatthuppakaraṇa. An elaborated style is the hallmark of the Kathāvatthuppakaraṇa. The Kathāvatthuppakaraṇa has compiled to refute, or more precisely to ward off or to repudiate the dissential views held by the different schools and sub-schools which had arisen regarding the improper interpretation of the Buddha's teaching or Buddha Vachana. In order to do so, the text follows the two following methods. First is what may be called the logical method, which is implemented through such means as analyzing concepts, determining their limits and drawing their logical implications. The second is to appeal to the authority of the statements of the Buddha in order to show whether a particular view confirms or not the word of the master. Here master means Buddha. Since many issues arise from a misunderstanding and misinterpretation of the Buddha Vachana. Here both parties in the debate refer to the statements of the Buddha to support their own case. The manner of presentation of the issue is dialogical. The discussion run in the form of dialogues between the Theravadins, that is what we call Sakvadin, and the opponent, that is the Paravadin, who may belong to one among many rival schools. The dialogue seems to follow a well developed mode of debate based on mutually agreed upon canons of logical reasoning and categories of exegesis explanation. Among the issues debated, the first is presented in detail and the others are presented in varying degree of length. Now, we deal with the conclusion part of this module. Kathāvatthuppakaraṇa is one of the most controversial texts in Pali literature, that is especially in Abhidhamma literature. Kathāvatthu can be treated as a treasure house or storehouse of the doctrines of different early Buddhist schools and sub-schools which emerged and originated from time to time after the demise or Mahaparinirvāna of the Buddha during the schism and discord in the order, that is Sangha. It is not only the collection of controversial issues, but it also presents the way and method in which they were initially debated, discussed and refuted. It is seen that logical rules are not being formulated. However, the systematic procedure is followed throughout the text, showing a logical system's existence. The style and the content of the Kathāvatthu represent it as a significant source that played a role in reconstructing the Buddhist thought. It also provides valuable informations regarding the development of both the art and the debate, and also logical reasoning in the context of the Indian religion. In Kathāvatthu, some words are mentioned such as anuyog, that is inquiry, aharan, that is illustration, patinya, that is preposition, upanaya is application of the reason, nigrah, that is humiliation or defeat, which are the technical terms of logic. It represents a very advanced and developed art of debate in which the fundamental canons of universally accepted logic are seen to be emerging. Kathāvatthuppakaraṇa is one of the best source to study the system of logic used in India during the 3rd century BC. Kathāvatthu is a book about method. To benefit adherents to various Buddhist schisms, it describes the proper method to conduct a critical discussion on an issue of doctrinal conflict. This text offers an obvious example of a text whose richness and interest lies elsewhere than in its anticipation of deductive principles and propositional laws. The Kathāvatthu offers an obvious example of a text whose richness and interest lie elsewhere than in its anticipation of deductive principles and propositional laws. Thank you. Thank you to all of you, and I hope this module will enrich your knowledge.